Hello. So I'm about to go on a journey of a gut cleanse, parasite cleanse, and doing a parasite cleanse is something that I feel like I've seen a lot about more recently and is something that's always intrigued me, but also something I've been a little wary of. But then a brand that I really love and trust, Ecosh, made a parasite cleanse, or well, they've had it made, but it came to my attention. And yeah, it just felt right. And I think I was inspired to share my journey just because if I was so wary about it, someone else probably is. And so it might be helpful to take people along. So this is ParaHerb. It has a bunch of amazing detoxifying bitter herbs that have been used for a super long time to rid the body of unwanted guests. Things like black walnut, caraway, clove, cat's claw, common wormwood. Yeah, I really trust Ecosh. One, because I love their Nordic heritage and that everything is made in Tallinn, Estonia, and just their whole culture and philosophy and the intention they put into their products. You can use it more for like travel support when you're traveling to countries that are known to have parasites and whatnot, but I'm gonna do it for a 40-day power cleanse. And it's also spring right now, so very cleansing time, meant to be a very detoxifying time, so it just feels right. And so basically it's gonna be 40 days. You take 2 capsules a day, twice a day for 10 days, take a 5-day break, let your body adjust naturally. And in that first phase, it kills off a lot of the parasites. And then in the second phase, it gets the next round out. And then in the third phase, it gets any stragglers out, is the theory behind it. And there are 2 products. So when you get the product, they send you a whole PDF guide with all of the other necessary info that you need to know to do a cleanse like this, because there are a lot of other elements to it than just taking 2 capsules twice a day. And so I decided to also do it with 2 other products that they have, probiotic and prebiotic blend, just to help restore your GI tract and gut microbiome as you're taking these really cleansing herbs to help build things up well. And then also another super important thing when doing a cleanse is fiber, because fiber is what actually traps everything and helps you get it out through your bowel movements. And so as much as I can eat a bunch of fiber, it is helpful to have some extra fiber in the mix. So I have a gut cleanse fiber supplement also from Ecosh because I love them. And yeah, so this I'll just take one tablespoon a day. So once I'm in the groove of it, I'll walk you guys through how I kind of balance all of them, because there are a lot of potent herbs in these supplements. It's important to balance them out and not take them all at once so that your body can actually digest and use them and listen to the messages it's sending to your body. So the other things that the PDF guide outlines that's super important when doing this type of cleanse is obviously a lot of hydration and just getting things moving in your body, and also all the little chemical reactions that happen in your body need water. And so making sure that your body feels like it has enough to do all the things it needs to do with all of, because you're pretty much sending all these messages in your body to cleanse and giving it the support to do that. And so the more water you drink, the easier it'll be on your body to do that. The other things are movement. And so I usually go to the gym 2-3 times a week, do yoga 2-3 times a week, walk most days. And so I'm going to keep up that routine and just making sure that I keep my body moving, especially doing movements in these lower regions and supporting my digestive system and my whole system though. Yeah, so doing a cleanse like this, I think we'll come to find out, but at least I'm gonna approach it kind of more regimented. One, because you have to balance out when you're taking what products, because they're such potent herbs and other ingredients, and your body can only listen to and intake so much at a time. So balancing out when I'm taking them versus taking everything all at once. And also, yeah, the whole movement and hydration aspect to it, just kind of staying on top of myself and getting the most out of the cleanse. Something also that I really love about Ecosh is a lot of times when you get their products, they outline in an intention setting, and I think I'm going to do that later tonight, so I'll take you guys along with that. It's more than just taking a couple capsules a day. It's about committing your whole mind, body, soul to being like, okay, I'm cleansing right now, and I'm here to support you during that cleanse. So there's the big things of hydration, movement, fiber, probiotics, and good nutrition, and just eating a lot of good yummy foods that are going to help restore your gut and help your body move these unwanted guests and other digestive stuff out of your body. Little disclaimer, one, if you really want to know if you have parasites in your body before you do a cleanse, you can do that through stool tests. And that's something I personally didn't do, but definitely do it. I'm just kind of going for it because it's herbs. They're not going to harm you at the end of the day. At least that's my view on it. So yeah, I've learned a lot about herbalism and herbs in the past year or so, but it's something that I'm still learning about. So I'm on this journey with you, and I'm super excited. And yeah, the other thing is that this world of natural healing and herbs is super interesting to me, but I'm no expert, so take what I say, take my journey, and do your own research, have your own experience, and yeah. Good morning. Like 3-day check-in. So my body seems to be doing well with it. The only reactions I've felt so far is that I've had a little bit of a churny stomach, just like making that bubbly noise. I've had the hiccups a lot, and honestly some little smelly toots here and there. So other than that, things feel good, and I'm up to the full dose now. So yeah. The other thing that I added into the routine is that I work with a couple doctors of Chinese medicine that know a lot about supplements, and one of them recommended that I take a binder with it. And so I got a good activated charcoal. The other thing that the doctor told me to look at is to look at my bowel movements and my poops and see if I see any mucusy things, anything that is getting cleansed out. So not that I need to like look at it with chopsticks, but gonna be looking. So we're on day 6, and hello. What I've realized in through at least my approach to this is that it's not necessarily being super strict about when I take everything and making sure it's exactly 10 to 30 minutes before every meal, and life happens. But as long as I'm consistently taking all of the things every day and intentionally doing it, that's all that matters. But the hardest part for me has been the lifestyle shifts around it. It honestly feels like it's bringing up a lot, probably just a cleanse maybe does that. Or it's the fact that not eating gluten is just something that's a part of your daily life. I have a sweet tooth. I love gluten. I also eat yogurt bowls every morning, and I don't know if that much dairy is doing me well right now. Yeah, so it's more just been figuring out the lifestyle stuff around it. That's been hard, but also not that hard. It's making me do healthier things and eat healthier, and it's making me drink a lot of water, which I realized I've not been drinking enough water. I just forget about it. I just ordered a new water bottle though, because I feel like if I have a water bottle, I'll drink more water. But also, I can't expect that to fix my not drinking water. So, yeah. But yeah, it definitely points out where I don't feel like where I don't feel like I'm living how I want to live. Like, it's not like there's right or wrong, but I feel like sometimes you take actions that you know don't make you feel good, or that like go against what your intuition's telling you. And those types of things that it's like you have to choose and actively choose the maybe like harder, more uncomfortable way, even though just not thinking about it and eating the gluten or doing the whatever is just the easy way. So it's, yeah, I didn't expect to go this deep with just doing a cleanse, but also I think I did. I think that was kind of my intention. So yeah. I will say that as much as it's like kind of been hard to adjust to the like habits and routines I need to have to do a cleanse and kind of, yeah, to do a cleanse, is I've needed to slow down a lot, which in hindsight is good for me in general. It just makes you realize that I'm like kind of on the rat race sometimes. I think I'm also doing this just at a very transitionary point of life, but also I always say I'm at a transitionary point of life. Like, when does it not become a transition and when does it just become life? So 1 week in, and it's been good. I've been like kind of out and about a little bit, so it is interesting. I feel like I've never really had to take pills before. Like if I'm like going out to lunch, thinking about it. But also it's like not that serious as long as I'm taking them every day. I think the time isn't crazy important. But the hardest part for me has been cutting out like dairy and gluten and added sugars and stuff all of a sudden. As much as it's been maybe a little hard to be so cautious about what I'm putting in my body and like taking all the herbs and kind of being more aware of just what's going in my body it's been hard, but in a good way. And yeah. So it's been the full 10 days and it went well. I mean, it didn't go splendid in all honesty. I think the hardest things for me was one, you know, when you can't laugh, it just makes you want to laugh even more. Well, when you can't eat gluten or sugars and things, it just makes you want to eat them so much more. And so I was having these like crazy cravings for it and wasn't doing the best job not giving into those temptations. So yeah, I'm still gonna avoid it over the next 5 days, and I think it's getting better now and mind over matter. But yeah, I do wonder how much doing a cleanse like this and internally cleansing out so much, and also just like the intention behind it, and I wonder how much of it also stirs stuff up just in your life. Like, I feel like I've had so many changes and things happen in the past week or so, and maybe it's just coincidence of timing, but part of me is like, maybe all of this, the changes internally are having external changes, or maybe that's crazy to say. So we'll see how the next 2 rounds go. On to my 5-day break, and yeah, it'll be interesting to not have to take things for 5 days. Anywho, bye. Hola! So, starting round 2, I actually started it yesterday, but forgot to vlog. Yeah, my intention is the same as the beginning, just internal cleanse, reset. It's the summer solstice today, so yeah, it feels like a lot's coming into clarity. It's been super nice and bright and sunny, and yeah, it feels good to cleanse during this time. Even though the energy feels high, still taking it slow, feeling grounded in my nurturing, my care, my self-care. And yeah, time to take pills. I did in fact purchase a water bottle the size of my head to stay hydrated during the cleanse. I just woke up, but I just want to say that I think this round has been so much easier, and I wonder if it's like in terms of like taking it, and I wonder if it's just like a habit has become like I'm just more used to it and like taking it and remembering to take it a little bit before I eat, and just with my routine it's just like easier just because it's become more a habit. Or I don't know if my life is just more steady this week than it was the last round, so it's just easier to like have it in a flow. But it is nice that it's just becoming a lot easier to integrate it into my life. That's all. I just finished the second round and honestly I'm like a wreck. Not actually, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the cleanse, but I've just been super anxious. And maybe it does have to do with it. And part of the things too is I've had like, I like have sugar cravings, but I've like had cravings. And I just like, I don't have the best self-discipline. So, and I wonder if it's because of like the die-off symptoms and stuff, or them just becoming more active, that I'm craving more sugar and things that feed it. Or if it's just like bringing up a lot of emotions, cleansing so much out. Or if it's just like the world right now, or if it's just like my life right now, I don't know. Like I'm chilling, I'm fine. Got a good life, so grateful. But definitely anxious. So that's all I got. Last round about to begin. I actually started 2 days later because I got a little sick and got my period, and it just didn't feel right to start it, so I waited a couple days. I think this round will be just a lot more easeful. Maybe. Or maybe it will bring out the last bits of chaos. But it's bringing out a lot of me. And I don't know if it's just like my life right now or if this is helping me bring it out, but definitely a lot of changes are happening, so. Kitty takes ParaHerb. Good morning. So to start, I take 2 activated charcoal right around when I wake up. That's about it. Since a whole big part of this cleanse too is like lifestyle and what you're eating and doing, I should probably vlog that part of it too, but I've never vlogged. But I just went and jumped in the ocean, and I'm up by one of my favorite coffee shops. And I'm totally on the wave of no caffeine before, or like not having caffeine before you have food. And I actually made overnight oats so I could eat it at the beach, but then I forgot them. So none of that matters, but I got a matcha with coconut milk, so that's what I'm having right now. So I made overnight oats last night because I was gonna take it to the beach, but I'm such an oatmeal girl. I have oatmeal for breakfast most days. And today it's just regular rolled oats and some hemp seeds and chia seeds and banana, and I think I use sunflower butter. I've been on a sunflower butter wave, and I think I'm gonna go add some cinnamon to it. Cheers. I'm going to yoga now, and on Tuesdays I take a yin class in the mornings. I start work at 12, so that's why I have my whole mornings to do my thing. But I've never taken a yin class routinely, and then I started working front desk at a yoga studio, and I checked in I check in a yin class, and so I just take it every week, and it's so lovely, especially doing it so routinely, to just let things rest and flow. And I always go to work in like complete Zen mode, so yeah. So definitely like a slower movement day, but just connecting, dropping in. So I'm about to go into work, and my schedule's weird, so I usually have lunch right when I get to work because I start at 12. So this is when I take my first round of ParaHerb, because I'll probably eat in about 20-30 minutes. So this is the part that doesn't really sit well with me, the fiber. But like today, for example, I didn't have that much fiber in my diet, so I'm making sure to take it. So what I do is I just put some water in it and swish it around, and then just try to do it fast in one go. It's honestly not that bad. I've noticed if you do it with, let me drink. Easy peasy. I've noticed if you do it with room temperature water, it's the best, because if you use cold water, it like clumps up really fast, and then it's like hard to swallow. Or this maybe would be something that would be lovely to put in like a smoothie or something, rather than just doing it straight, but I just take it as it is. It's also, I think the first time I did it, I was like, holy moly, that's gross. And now it's totally fine, so. I'm also eating a little clementine. Second round. Honestly, I haven't been doing this the entire time, but most nights I'll take the probiotic. And sometimes too, I'll forget to take the fiber during the day, and so I'll have that before I go to bed. But that was the day. Cheers. I also should probably add that I had some tea throughout the day, and I've probably had like 1.5, 2 of these. So, good morning. I'm deciding to vlog like the last 3 days just because why not? So, I just got a massage at work because I work at a holistic health clinic / spa, and so still in massage mode, but I'm having overnight oats again. On my break, I have a beautiful canyon right by where I work. So I go walk the canyon. I was too nervous to vlog in front of my coworkers, but fiber time. I need to like chew it. Snack. I got off work early today, so I'm going to a friend's house for dinner. But I'm taking them on the way because I've got to walk. We'll probably eat right when I get there. It is crazy how much easier the last round was for me in terms of just remembering to take it and it feeling easeful in my routine. So that's just nice. It's like second nature at this point. Last day, best day. My dual activated charcoal. I took the activated charcoal like an hour and a half ago, and then I just went to a Pilates class. So long story short is it's been enough time, and so I'm gonna take it before my breakfast and then have it before my lunch, because I think I'm gonna go out and about for a walk and stuff before dinner tonight, so then I don't have to think about it. I was actually gonna make eggs this morning, but then I went for oatmeal. But I have a long day, so I added some cottage cheese for some more protein. Yummy. I didn't vlog the rest of the day because the day took so many turns of events. It's crazy how much is shifting and happening, and like just things coming together, but also like things coming out of the blue and like synchronicities and stuff the past, week, but especially the past couple days. And I'm like, is it a coincidence that this is happening right at the end of this cleanse? So many shifts in like many aspects of my life all happening at once. So today's the day. Plop. I'm done. I do feel grateful for myself for sticking to something for 40 days. Feel grateful for everything it taught me along the way. It had its ups and its downs. And again, I don't know if it was just the cleanse or if it was my life stage right now, or if, again, nothing's a coincidence and it is all just related to each other. But I definitely had a crazy 40 days of ups and downs and shifts happening and needing to step into new sides of myself, and feel like I'm also really let go of a lot of things, and it was really beautiful. Hello. So I just wanted to go through some just like main takeaways and tips overall after doing the cleanse. One of the biggest takeaways for me was that these are very powerful herbs, and I've had a lot of very positive changes in my bodily systems. So the main ones to note that I noticed changes in is my bowel movements before doing the cleanse. I was like an every other day, maybe every 2 days, sometimes every 3 days type person, which just is not normal. And since then, it's been like a week and a half since I finished the cleanse, and it's been like every single day. So that's huge. And that's definitely the biggest physical bodily symptom change that I've noticed. And it's just awesome, and it feels good. So yay. The next is that I've been getting super full rested nights of sleep. And this kind of goes hand in hand with the next one of just feeling overall a lot more energized and less occasional fatigue throughout the day. Not as much when I wake up, but I was a tendency to have kind of afternoon slumps and crashes, which is a natural cycle, I think, through the day, but it's just been way less dramatic. I just feel really energized and really good, which, again, huge. My skin isn't necessarily doing the best, but I have had a crazy year, and it hasn't been having the best year, so I don't really want to bring that into it. There was no really change there, honestly. I was kind of hoping maybe there would be, but I think it's just a totally unrelated thing. And then the next big takeaway for me is that this cleanse just really helped me get into a routine and build new habits. It takes 40 days to build or break a habit, and the cleanse happens to be 40 days. So I realized that right at the end. I was like, genius. But yeah, you're basically eating well, drinking water, being mindful of what you're consuming for 40 days, and needing to kind of be on a more routine with your meals, which is great for hormone balance in your nervous system, and just your body being able to have enough water and nutrients to do what it needs to do. So yeah, that was another big takeaway, is just how much this commitment to yourself can have an impact on your overall life, and had an impact on my overall life, aside from just also taking super powerful herbs. And then the next big takeaway for me was it felt like cleansing internally brought a lot of changes and clarity to my external world and life. I had a lot of shifts in relationships and jobs and family. And again, maybe it's just the stage of life I'm in and it was a coincidence, but I also didn't even plan to, but I was doing a breathwork training right now, and the cleanse ended at like the same time as the 2.5 month training ended. And there was a lot of synchronicities that kind of happened right at the end of the cleanse, and it felt like it almost, like in my head, it like cleansed out all the internal bad juju so that like new fresh start juju could come in, is how I view it and how I felt it. And yeah, it was just, that was awesome. And I think if I do the cleanse again, I would even take it a little bit further and like do more pondering and journaling about what I'm letting go of and cleansing mentally and emotionally more, because I think I was just kind of writing through the cleanse and not thinking about that as much. But then it still did it without even me thinking about it. So yeah, again, powerful herbs and just the structure of the 40 days of building healthy habits, I think, is what factored into that. And then in terms of die-off symptoms, I didn't really experience a whole lot of anything drastic, except for I did have moments where I would get super fatigued randomly, like a little bit after I took the supplement and ate. And so, yeah, it was a different kind of fatigue though. It wasn't like a normal crash kind of fatigue feeling. It was like a blanket wave almost of fatigue. And it was always, for me, it was like about an hour after I took it. So yeah, it happened a handful of times and it was fine. Like it wasn't anything too drastic, but just something to notice. And then the other major die-off symptom I noticed was gassiness, some little smelly tooths. Those were really the two I noticed the most. And with the fatigue, maybe it was like a little bit of like brain fog and fogginess too, I guess I also felt. So in terms of tips, the biggest tip I would have, like for me, I did this at a time when I didn't have a lot of routine and structure in my life just because of where I'm at with work and things. And I think that maybe it was a good thing for me to do this during that time because it forced me to find some routine and structure within the chaos. And like, it should be a balance. Like, of course, have freedom and flexibility in your routine and structure. But maybe this would be best to do at a season of your life when you have some more routine and structure so that it's simpler to add it into your routine. But also don't let that hold you back because like I said, this was super supportive for me to do at a time when I didn't have a lot of routine and structure. It just maybe took a lot more like energy and effort to make it work. But again, I think that's a good thing. Like back to the building new habits, I think it helped me build a lot of new healthy habits in relation to that. And the other tip I would say is to have ideas for meals and snacks beforehand, because if you don't have those options on deck and your roommate has a bunch of very glutinous, yummy, sugary snacks around and you're just hungry and everyone's eating them, this is totally me speaking from personal experience, then it's so much easier to just gravitate to it and eat them and enjoy, which is beautiful. But for this specific time of committing to yourself and devoting to eating healthily, having healthy snacks on deck that you can go to and grab that you know that you enjoy too. Like don't have celery. That's like a very common example. I don't know why I think of that when I think of a healthy snack, but I hate celery, so I'm not going to have celery on deck. But have things that you know you enjoy on deck so that it just makes the whole nutrition part of it easeful for you. I would add that it's probably best to note your body systems and your mental state before you do the cleanse. So take some time to write down, look up body systems, and on all the different body system levels, note where you're at with them so that then after the cleanse you have a baseline to compare it to, because that's something I didn't do but wish I did. And then also like mentally where you're at. And maybe this is something good to do at the beginning, the middle, and the end as like a check-in. The other tip I would say is I know I said this throughout the video, but I would definitely take it with a binder and also a fiber supplement. I think those are the two biggest ones to make sure things are actually really moving and grooving out of your body. And also just eating a lot of fiber is the best way to do it. Again, I didn't do it without that, so it probably, like, I don't want to I'm not an expert in that specific field of this, but for me, it felt really supportive and even like more just an ease of mind that I know I was giving my body the powerful herbs and giving it the nutrients and water to do what they're meant to do, but I was also giving it support and help to move things out of my body. So that just made me feel better mentally about it. And it did work. So yeah, there's that. And then bonus, also taking a probiotic and prebiotic, which I think also is something I've continued to take afterwards, because in my head, it's also important. Like now things are cleansed out, so let's replenish now that we're not also taking super potent herbs. It was awesome. And it's definitely something I think I want to do every spring as like an internal spring cleaning, and see what it cleanses on the external. I'm someone who believes kind of everything is connected in some ways. So devoting myself to do the cleanse and kind of slow down and being super intentional about what I'm doing, and also the energetics of these herbs and how they cleanse things out internally, I think had a ripple effect over so many other things in my life. As I've said, I'm just like, it was crazy. So yeah, I definitely recommend doing this. I think it's great on a physical level, it's great on a psychological level, and if you're feeling a call, I would say answer the call.